I was trying to develop a business. When COVID happened, I started putting my life back together. I got busy, and I came up with an incredible business model to hire people in this community, to make employment for myself, to hire marginalized people, to show that a healthy work environment can be a remedy to poor mental health. That you can make people well by giving them a sane and loving and safe place of work, which is the exact opposite of what we have right now, I might add.
Small businesses have borne the brunt of the consequences of COVID restriction these past 19 months. Even after many have lost their businesses and livelihoods, businesses are still committing to not violating people's medical privacy. If you're one of the businesses that won't ask whether people have been vaccinated or not, you can now go to wewon'task.com. You can there sign up and we will tell your story. You can also get a sticker that you can put on your door to make clear to people that you respect their medical privacy.
Warning, censorship.
Adam Soos here for Rebel News, and we are in Calgary, Alberta. When hundreds were out in support of firefighters and other frontline emergency workers were here, the mainstream media was nowhere to be seen. Today there's a climate protest with less than 50 people, I'd say, and numerous mainstream media outlets are here to report on it. It's absolutely unbelievable. So more folks have already showed up for the supporting businesses that will not ask about vaccine status rally here today, but unsurprisingly, the mainstream media have packed up. They're only interested in covering climate alarmism, not fundamental human rights and violations of medical freedoms. Interestingly enough, we were also told by numerous parties that the police only arrived when the groups supporting businesses that won't ask about vaccine status arrived. While the protest was going on before here for the climate activists, there was virtually no police on hand, despite a lack of violent activity at the protests against violations of fundamental human rights and medical privacy. Still, there's a large show of police force. It remains to be seen why. So what brings you out to the protest today?
I'm out here because there's no way that anyone should ever know what your health records are. The only people who should know what your health records are is yourself and your doctor. Nobody else has the right to know anything about that. So I find it very strange after so many decades of setting up a system demanding that our health records be private, that now all of a sudden it's an open book. It just doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
I just think people should have the freedom to choose if they want to wear a mask or if they want to get vaccinated or not. You know, if it works for you, that's great, but it doesn't really fly that well with me. You know, this is supposed to be like people's freedom all the time. Like that's what Canada's about, right? It's being free, and this is kind of taking that away. Not to mention, it completely goes against people's like charter rights and freedoms, and nobody's doing anything about it. I think more people need to like get involved and like do more about it.
I'm here today because I've been violated. I've been violated fundamentally. A boundary is a healthy internalized limit that defines me as a separate person. It's where I end and someone else begins. I, under this Constitution, have the right to have intellectual boundaries, emotional boundaries, physical boundaries, spiritual boundaries.
We're just coming out because, you know, how ridiculous the things have gotten, and the point of where we're at right now is insane. So, like the manipulation from the media, from, you know, mainstream media, and I'm just sick and tired of it. So we're trying to make change, and I feel like these protests and coming together have made a bit of a change. Like, it's not a change, but slowed the rate of this stuff down, which has been good to see. But like, they're still rolling out this craziness, the government is, and this is all putting slowing things down. We need more people to rise up. We need more people out at these events. We need more people coming together and to make a change. So. The more people that say no to this vaccine, the more, you know, first responders that say no, then they can't enforce us to wear these things, right? So that's why we came out here today, is to to be here to support this cause, because I don't want down the road for me to, I own my own business, I don't want to have to be like, oh, you need a vaccine to come to work, and all my employees lose their jobs, right? So that's what has me wanting to come out to these events, because I don't want to live in fear. I don't want to be in fear of like losing my job, having all my employees lose their jobs. So that's why I'm here. That's why my wife's here, and we try to bring as many people as we know out to these events. So yeah, that's why we're here today, and hopefully we can stand together and bring more people to these events.
Oh, I just think that we have to stand up, we have to show our faces, we have to gather together, we got to find each other, like-minded people, and seek the truth together.
Now, I had the opportunity to ask Jason Kenney if he would stand up against vaccine passports. He assured us that he would, that they would not take place, but we've already seen him start to slip on that. Do you think we can trust Jason Kenney to defend our medical and charter guaranteed freedoms? What's your position on vaccine passports for those individuals unwilling to be vaccinated?
Opposed, and we've been very clear from the beginning that we will not facilitate or accept vaccine passports, and that in fact we regard, I believe that they would in principle contravene the Health Information Act and also possibly the Freedom of Information and Protection of Privacy Act.
No. Jason Kenney has already given up all of his authority to our medical authority. So no, I think he can say whatever he wants. And I'd like to believe that he's going to have any power, but if any of these variants get a little bit stronger, the health authority is going to take over, and he won't have any type of authority anymore.
He has backed off so many promises. Back in the summer, he said that we were open forever. So what does he do now? He actually allows mask mandates and leaves it up to businesses and school boards to make that decision. I mean, when did the school boards become or have a license to practice medicine and make those decisions for people? They haven't.
No, I don't really trust a lot of the government for anybody's freedoms or anything, because since this has all started, it's been, oh, we're going to do this and it'll only be this long, and their goalposts just keep moving, and nothing's really changing. You know, it was 2 weeks to flatten the curve, and what are we going on now, like almost year two? It's just, I don't know, I think it's ridiculous. So I think more people need to get up and actually like do something. I think that's the only way anything's ever going to change. I don't think the government's going to stand up for us, because I don't think it's about our health or like that kind of best interest. I think it's about just keeping us where they want us.
Simple answer, no, I don't. Because we have seen, like you said, we've seen him compromise. He said that there's no way he's going to have, vaccines like mandated, but we've seen him already compromise on other things, like with the masks and going back on that. So no, I definitely don't. I don't have hope. I don't have hope for most of Canada, to be honest with you. Alberta has been a bit of saving grace for a while, but for how much longer? Who knows, right? I found that it's been, so yeah, simple answer, no. I don't think I think he will compromise, because I think he's just, to be honest with you, just a pawn for the higher ups in across the country. So I think he'll cave as well, and it's just a matter of time.
Well, a little bit of a smaller crowd today here at City Hall, but folks are ramping up. There are a number of protests taking place this weekend right here, and we will be here to cover them. I want to thank you all for tuning in. For Rebel News, I'm Adam Soos. Do you agree with all the people behind me that vaccine passports are a violation of our fundamental rights? Go to fightvaccinepassports.com.